Hello, welcome to the show. As a seasoned observer of Chinese politics and security affairs, let me walk you through the current atmosphere surrounding Beijing's annual two sessions in March 2026. What should have been a routine showcase of institutional confidence and stability has instead felt suffocating, charged with a palpable sense of impending crisis, almost like a system bracing for war. A particularly telling anecdote has been circulating on overseas social platforms. During the Lunar New Year holiday, a retired former subordinate visited Zhejiang Governor Liu Jie in Hangzhou to pay respects. Over drinks, the retiree quietly asked, "Has something major happened in Beijing? Ever since Zhang Yuxia was taken down, we've seen military convoys heading north on the highways nonstop." Liu Ji, a rising star under Xi Jinping's era, reportedly lost his temper on the spot. He shot back, "Are you people just hoping every day for the boss to fall? Why is it that someone comes asking every single day if something's happened in Beijing?" That offhand remark, "every single day," inadvertently exposed a core reality of the 2026 CCP political landscape. From ministerial-level officials to retired elders, the entire party, military, and country appear to be holding their breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. This widespread, almost compulsive monitoring reflects a deep-seated anxiety at the very center of Zhongnanhai's power core. If you're following these developments closely, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you don't miss upcoming analysis. On March 7th, Xi Jinping addressed the PLA delegation during the two sessions, stressing that the military must have absolutely no one harboring disloyalty toward the party, no room for corrupt elements to hide, and we must resolutely advance the anti-corruption struggle. The explicit mention of disloyalty immediately evokes the recent downfall of Zhang Yuxia and Liu Zhenli. Official PLA daily commentary accused them of grievously trampling and undermining the chairman's responsibility system, and seriously fomenting political and corruption issues that endanger the party's absolute leadership over the military and threaten the party's ruling foundation. Zhang Yuxia stood out as one of Xi's last remaining ironclad allies in the military, someone with genuine combat experience and deep family ties to the revolutionary old guard. If even this trusted veteran cannot be protected or trusted, the conclusion is stark. Xi's grip on the armed forces has entered a phase of outright paranoia. The Central Discipline Inspection Commission's fifth plenum, which concluded on January 14th, already identified the top priority for 2026 as eliminating those with divided loyalties. Looking back over recent years, as Xi has centralized power on an unprecedented scale amid relentless purges and bloodshed, his suspicion has only grown. Beijing insider rumors have long suggested that Xi carries an innate tendency toward abusive control, akin to domestic violence patterns. While the US military conducts decapitation strikes against hostile regimes, Xi has effectively launched his own decapitation campaign against the very Xi family army he cultivated. Senior military and political leaders across party and state organs have been removed with ruthless intensity, resulting in near-total decimation of the PLA's admiral and general ranks. The Central Military Commission has been reduced to just Xi and Security Chief Jiang Shengmin, two figures left standing in uneasy isolation. In effect, through sweeping purges and rectifications, Xi has gutted the command structure of virtually every major military and political leadership body in the system. By 2026, although the PLA remains numerically massive, Xi's relentless cleansing has turned it into a brain-dead giant. Recent indicators are telling. PLA aircraft and naval encirclements of Taiwan have noticeably declined in frequency, and the once vocal wolf warrior threats, such as vows to turn all of Japan into a battlefield, have gone silent. The current Xi regime and CCP apparatus simply lack the will to confront the US or Japan militarily. The true objective of these purges has been to extract absolute personal loyalty from party, government, and military officials, exactly what Xi demands: no divided hearts. In January and February 2026, the CIA launched an unprecedented online offensive in Chinese language spaces. Newly disclosed figures show that 4 Mandarin recruitment videos have collectively surpassed 120 million views, a number that has drawn global attention, implying that roughly 1 in 10 Chinese speakers may have encountered the content. One video alone, detailing secure encrypted contact methods with the CIA, has exceeded 60 million views, far beyond casual curiosity. The February 12th short video, titled "The Reason for Stepping Forward to Save the Future," directly challenged the legitimacy of CCP rule, asserting that the ruler's authority rests on lies and that ordinary people bear the suffering when systems collapse. The narration precisely captured the undercurrents already stirring within the system, individuals acting out of self-preservation or concern for their children's future, eroding what once seemed an unbreakable collective loyalty to the party state. This has quietly become a battle for hearts and minds. The voiceover calls out, "Choosing this path is my way of fighting for my family and my country." On the surface, Chinese society may appear calm, but beneath it simmers like lava under a lake. These overseas recruitment appeals have taken on an almost redemptive quality. Psychological operations of this kind often inflict longer-lasting damage than cruise missiles, precisely because they create fissures in the ideological stronghold the CCP values most, the military's loyalty. For Xi, countering this bone-deep psychological challenge may prove far more difficult than repelling external military pressure. Since the spark is igniting from within, every view, every click may represent another mind drifting away. Xi's personal appearance at the 2 sessions to warn military leaders against disloyalty. Does this not implicitly confirm the existence of widespread divided loyalties in the ranks? Xi's anxieties are likely compounded by 2 recent international developments: the U.S. military capture of Venezuelan President Maduro on January 3rd, and the U.S.-Israeli strike that killed Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei on February 28th under Operation Epic Wrath. In Maduro's case, CIA assets inside the Venezuelan government, including a trusted childhood friend and close protection chief, provided real-time location intelligence that enabled the raid. After Maduro's capture, online searches for Zhongnanhai on multiple map platforms returned messages like, "Sorry, no such location found in Beijing," or "redirected elsewhere," clear evidence of deep panic and digital erasure in Beijing. The February 28th strike eliminated Khamenei, along with over 40 senior figures, in a precise hit on a secret Tehran meeting site, again reportedly enabled by high-level internal informants. Unconfirmed rumors suggested a senior Revolutionary Guard commander confirmed the location before leaving on a pretext and then fled. Xi must surely see himself in these events. Can figures like Wang Xiaohong, his security czar, truly be counted on for absolute loyalty? Could the Central Guard Bureau, his innermost protection detail, ever turn into someone else's strike team in a crisis? These episodes deliver a brutal warning, prompting Xi's outburst to the military delegation. Do not harbor disloyalty. Behind it lies profound fear of meeting Maduro's or Khamenei's fate at American hands. Why the terror? Because, as the PLA Daily itself warned on March 2nd, the strongest fortress is often breached from within. Far from mere caution, that line reads like a precise prophecy. To mitigate such fears, massive underground bunker expansion continues at Beijing's Western Hills. On March 6th, posts on Overseas Platform X cited Beijing residents reporting round-the-clock construction since last year, with speculation that it is building a dedicated command center for Xi and top leaders. Sources referenced past Deng-era bunker builders who later vanished entirely. Renewed activity has left locals deeply uneasy. Earlier, South China Morning Post reporting described the facility, located hundreds of meters underground near Xianghongqi in Haidian District's Dongsumu village, accessible from Zhongnanhai via Western Hills Forest Park. Officially the 030 military restricted zone, it features elevators, encrypted red line phones, and wartime command over all 5 theater commands. Xi has inspected it multiple times since 2016, including in camouflage in 2016 and with CMC members in 2017 and 2022. Yet many who accompanied him, former defense ministers Wei Fenghe and Li Shangfu, have since been purged. Wei's charges included loss of loyalty, code in CCP language for betrayal or collusion with enemies. With generals rotating in and out, Xi must constantly question whether new appointees are truly clean of foreign ties. Satellite imagery further shows construction since 2024 of what may become the world's largest military command center near Qinglong Lake, roughly 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing, estimated at 10 times the size of the Pentagon, including hardened nuclear-resistant bunkers for top leaders resistant to US deep penetration bombs. Upon completion, it will supersede the Western Hills facility as the CMC Joint Operations Headquarters. When a nation's paramount leader must rely on expanding bunkers, distrusting childhood friends, and constantly hunting disloyal elements in the military just to feel secure, the regime has entered its terminal phase. What does Xi truly fear? He fears Maduro's fate, Khamenei's end, but most of all, he fears the one thing he himself destroyed, the hearts and minds of the Chinese people. That's the discussion for today. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts. See you next time.